A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a move that has ignited heated discussions across the political spectrum, Democrats on the House Oversight Committee have released a new batch of images from the estate of the late Jeffrey Epstein. The release includes photographs of several high-profile individuals, including former President Donald Trump, former President Bill Clinton, and other notable figures from various sectors. This development comes amid ongoing scrutiny of Epstein's extensive network and the relationships he maintained with powerful men. The release features a particularly striking image of Trump, who is seen in a suit alongside 6 women, their faces blurred out. The context of the photograph raises questions, especially given Trump's previous denials of any wrongdoing associated with Epstein. The committee's social media announcement highlighted that they received a staggering 95,000 new photos from Epstein's estate, urging for transparency and calling for the release of all files related to Epstein's activities. The Democrats emphasized that these disturbing images raise significant questions about Epstein's relationships with influential figures. In contrast, Republicans on the Oversight Committee have dismissed the release as a politically motivated stunt, labeling the images as cherry-picked and selectively censored. They argue that the released photos do not demonstrate any criminal behavior or wrongdoing. The GOP-led committee contends that the Democrats are merely attempting to generate headlines at the expense of justice for Epstein's survivors. This contention has led to a fierce back and forth between the two parties, as each side attempts to frame the narrative surrounding Epstein's associations. The newly released images also include a signed photograph of Bill Clinton with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the latter of whom is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for her role in Epstein's sex trafficking operations. Clinton has consistently denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities, asserting that he had not spoken to Epstein in over a decade. Another notable figure featured in the photos is Steve Bannon, a former chief strategist for Trump, who is seen meeting with Epstein. The release of these images comes on the heels of a broader investigation into Epstein's connections, with the House Oversight Committee having previously issued subpoenas to Epstein's estate. This inquiry is part of a larger effort to uncover the extent of Epstein's network and the potential complicity of influential individuals. Furthermore, the recent release of thousands of documents, including emails sent by Epstein to various high-profile figures, has added fuel to the fire. In these communications, Epstein made claims about Trump's knowledge of his illicit activities, stating that Trump knew about the girls and spent significant time at his residence with a victim of sex trafficking. Despite these assertions, Trump has denied any involvement or wrongdoing. The political ramifications of these revelations are significant, as the clock ticks down on a deadline for the Department of Justice to release a trove of documents related to Epstein's case. The Epstein Files Transparency Act, recently signed into law, mandates that the DOJ comply with congressional requests for information, further amplifying the urgency surrounding this issue. As the deadline approaches, Democratic lawmakers are pushing for accountability, with some expressing outrage over the released photos. Arizona Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari described the images as vile and reiterated the need for the DOJ to comply with subpoenas and ensure that survivors of Epstein's abuse receive justice. The political landscape is charged as both parties position themselves in this ongoing saga, with Democrats seeking to highlight the connections between Epstein and prominent figures, while Republicans defend their allies and dismiss the implications of the released images. As the investigation continues and more documents are set to be unveiled, the public remains captivated by the unfolding drama surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's legacy and the powerful individuals entangled in his web. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.